Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And we're going to talk a little bit about RuPaul's Drag Race. We're talking a little bit about the most recent episode of Drag Race, but it was LipSync
Lalaparuza
Extravaganza Smackdown. The house down boots. And so there's not a ton, like there wasn't like a runway and stuff. But I wanted to give them, I got the three of us presents.
Prezzies.
And I will put the name of the Etsy shop down here because
prezzies.
I forgot it. But it is Drag Race.
Shut up!
Oh my god!
We're gonna start voting each other off. We could put an actual lipstick in there.
It's fun.
I got us lipsticks for.
Oh my god.
So when we commentate, we can. Or like you said, vote each other off.
Just be really like, I don't know who I'm gonna pick.
And then you gotta go.
I love him so much, but I gotta do it.
So, yep.
I'm obsessed with this.
That's very fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Love it. Thank you so much. So cute. I'm obsessed.
Me too.
So
Are you really?
It's so stupid. You know how much I love stupid things?
You're gonna be set for life.
I love stupid things.
Okay, so yeah, it was the LipSync Lalaparuza Smackdown, and I'm just gonna kind of fast forward because I don't really have much to say.
Yeah, I don't have a ton either. I'm mostly satisfied. There were a couple of, moments where we both were like, oh, lip syncs are not our forte either.
Well, it ended up being, and I remember this was the case last season as well, where it ended up being more interesting than we thought it was going to be going in.
Yeah.
And it is a forte of RuPaul and the franchise of Drag Race, where they stay keeping things like switching it up and adding layers, and it keeps the gameplay fresh.
It does. I'm fine.
Even when something doesn't work, it's like, well, it'll be different next season.
Yeah.
And so that was a lot of fun. I thought all of their outfits were cute, were fine.
All of them?
I think my issue, we did finally send Jax home.
Yeah. And
that was, I would have rather kept Anitra than Jax.
Mm-hmm.
However, that was, I think Jax might have won.
I think it was a little lucky, and I think Anitra didn't do that strategically. I think Anitra should have sent
of course,
Jax safe,
of course,
and lip synced against Spice.
But that I cackled or screamed when Anitra was like, I can't lip sync against Spice. That's not a fair fight.
That's not that's not what I took from it. You are correct. But that is, in the moment, I was like,
it's Simpsons.
I went
Stop.
the other.
She's already dead.
Sure. Now I'm there. Now I'm flipping. But in the moment, I was like, Anitra, you're so much better than Spice. It's like, what are you saying?
No, that's what she meant.
Okay, fair. That was a blonde moment for me.
I think my personal thing with Jax is that I think she looks like Eva Longoria in drag, and I want her to be Gabrielle Solis. And Jax has a much more fly girl type thing going on. Mm-hmm. And so it always, for me, feels counterintuitive. Yeah. It always feels like, why are you not using this thing, this gem to your advantage?
Also, I don't know if this is just because of his boy hair, but all of the wigs are too far down and straight across. And I think
possibly. Yeah. We've been in HD for a minute.
But I'm seeing a lot of lace fronts.
Well, so I think this might be the first stand. I can't remember. Was VH1 playing it in standard?
I don't remember.
Paramount did.
Yeah.
The All-Stars we were watching in HD.
Okay.
But this might be the first, and we're on Hulu TV, so this might be the first time that we're watching a regular season in HD, and that might be why so many of the wigs and the lace fronts are sticking out.
Because Lux's wigs are doing kind of a samey thing across the front here. And I think I even noticed on Marcia tonight.
Mm-hmm. But Malaysia was pulled first, and because she was trying to be strategic, and she went for Marcia, which people, have they forgotten the BAFTA?
BFA. If Marsha has
Have people forgotten? Because
I
remember,
think
she was
so.
ballet dancing in her first talent.
she was ballet dancing in the talent. She's choreographed every dance that she's been a part of.
Look, her showing has been safe.
Yeah.
But I don't think
It hasn't been
I don't think
bad.
people have
Yeah.
a big enough eye on her.
No.
And I think this episode really highlighted that.
Because bitch was safe the entire time. She lip synced the first one and then sat her ass back there.
And it was very funny. We
Yeah.
even made a joke in our watch along. If you want to watch along with us, you can head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/soimwatching and join our $3 watchers tier. She was very funny having to having to perform
Alone.
backstage by herself. And I was kind of like, I wanted to watch more of that. Like I wanted her to have like a mirror and a bell and like a little water trough.
Like a little bird.
But I still really like Lucy, but she's getting a little bit
It's the Jan edit.
She's very she was very adamant that she should have been in the top last week. And from what I hear, again, the edit, blame it on the edit.
I will. I'll blame everything on the
was edited within an inch of its life, and I think her part was bigger than what we saw.
Okay. Because she said something about all the scenes I was in, and I was like, you were in one scene.
You were in two. Like,
Yeah.
you had 2 lines. Yeah, I totally understand the stigma with coasting or being safe. And again, as we watched some of the earlier seasons, it was a bigger taboo in the earlier seasons.
Yeah.
But never underestimate.
I just feel like be safe until all the bottom people are gone, and then you will naturally, if you are at top, you will naturally rise to the top.
Because famously, Bianca Del Rio never lip synced.
Yeah.
And even when you go back to like that first season of American Idol, Kelly Clarkson really kind of coasted.
Yeah.
Like, you don't always want to be the flashy one, especially right away.
Because then the focus is always on you, and you can't escape that. And then they're looking at you under a microscope because you impressed them so much so early. Mm-hmm. I think there's something to be said for being middle of the pack until the herd or the pack is thinned out, and then you rise to the top.
Lux is another one that has impressed me. I think it could be her sense of humor.
She is biting.
She's
I like it.
she's not quite. Oh no, I do like it, but there's a I think it's her character. Her character is so Lux Noir London.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
And so I think she was having a harder time in a couple of the lip syncs because was she the one that did she go up against Mistress? Who went?
No, she was up against Selena.
Yeah. I think Selena gave her a run for her money with the
Well, the Celine Dion, first of all, so good.
But Selena, because Selena is also another one that I think she can be crude in a way that I think doesn't always work.
Hot Cheeto crotch. I'm not getting over it.
But she can really mine the material. Like she could, she was acting this lip sync in her eyes.
She was acting the melodrama of It's All Coming Back to Me Now by Celine Dion, whereas Lux was doing kind of a straightforward, like dramatic
Lux was doing
enactment.
diva.
Yeah, and like the funny part is better. Like leaning into how hilarious that song and video and the vibe of it all
so
is. It's
90s
so much better.
and
so
like
90s.
And I think
Also,
you made a
how old
comment.
was Celine Dion even when the song came out?
Like 24.
Just not old enough for a song like this.
I think you even made a comment where you were like, this is right at the intersection of Selena-ness.
Yeah.
Like Celine Dion and Selena have more in common than just
100%.
the vowels in their names.
Yeah. She just did it better. The this part of it, the like shaky, like Norma Desmond.
But I want it now. Snatch Game again.
Selena S. Titties, Norma Desmond.
but I want it by way of Selena.
Sure.
Like, I want Norma Desmond to have the Chola.
Chicano Norma Desmond. I'm obsessed.
But where Lux has me in a chokehold is the glamour. And her references. She is a student of drag history. She is pulling these things out.
Very incisive.
Someone said something about anticipation, and I went to make the Rocky Horror joke, and she beat me to it.
Yeah. So I could tell because of the captions. There was a gap in between.
I do appreciate that from her. And again, I love Mistress.
Me too.
I love the way that she's able to be big in personality, and she's able to challenge and push, but she never feels like she's being mean or bullying.
Well,
she'll like come up a little bit to the line, but I don't know. It is masterful.
So the thing
toe
for
the way
me
she's towing this
is that there's something so dry about her humor out of drag, but she's really leans into like specifically drag humor, like kind of body. The way that she presents as an actual queen is like very body, like a standard kind of drag performance. But then it's like whenever it cuts to the like talking head, it's like. I just love it. I love the juxtaposition.
I just think it's masterful. How, like I said, how she's towing this. Because
and this was another one too, where like she leaned into the performance aspect of the song, and Jax was doing like a straightforward lip sync.
Jax showed better. Jax was always good at.
Yeah.
Jax is a dancer, is a performer, is a lip syncer. This is Taylor Dane. Yeah. This is one of the songs that you don't realize how good it is until you're in the thick of it, and you're like, "This is
so insane." But
because weren't they shady with Mistress when she went?
All three of them were shady when Mistress won, and they were like, "Oh, we're just surprised." And I think she did a better like with the tits. It's just leaning into the humor of it, and the hair was so good, and the pink,
she was doing the head banging.
She came sliding in on her knees from the back. I thought it was great.
No, Mistress is a huge takeaway for me. Yeah, they were really kind of.
Yeah, because Mistress. I also fuck you too. Then
I do like that she pulled back though. Like she didn't dominate the entire rest of the evening with her being wronged. She was sort of like, that's going in the back pocket. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be 1 minute where those three girls are going to be dangling from a cliff. Yeah. And she's going to have one rope. And she's, I would not underestimate Mistress.
This one was
Anitra
really good.
and Sasha.
Yeah, it was really good.
For me, it was even.
Yeah.
And I would have given it to Sasha. I don't know. Because I think Anitra's performance, I think she showed way better than the stats. Like, I don't think it should have come down to her. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think for me, it should have come down to Spice versus Jax, in which case Spice goes home and we still keep Jax around for another week. But
Spice does. First, her makeup is fantastic, and she makes for good TV. And I think she still has a little bit more meat left on that arc, especially since she's been receptive to
like critiques. Although she keeps doing that fucking bunny hop thing.
She was doing it behind the scenes. And also, to be fair, someone pointed out, because I think you even asked this, there have been other queens that do routines,
same thing every
and we
time.
only really notice it because Michelle told us, because we haven't seen enough of the runways to pick up on a pattern. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Vanessa Williams. Yeah, it was.
There was a couple I didn't know on this. I didn't know that Vanessa Williams song.
I've heard it before, but save the best for last is the Vanessa Williams song.
Yeah, those are some of our thoughts. It wasn't really a rock solid recap, just more.
And there wasn't a runway, which is always my favorite part of every episode. So,
just more of a standing of where people are at this point in the competition.
I agree with you. We're down to 9. I don't think it should have come down to Anitra, who now it feels like Anitra was in second to last
by the
place,
skin of her teeth,
and I don't really. If anybody is here by the skin of their teeth, it's Spice. That was like lucky.
I do love her attitude too, that
Yeah.
she does like it. She didn't fully seem to comprehend
Yeah.
what
She was like, what?
Yeah, she was just excited, and I was like, I would be way more like,
Thank you so much.
yeah. So okay, that's our check-in at this point. So bye, and talk to you later. See you next week. Bye.
Been to me.